Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Maulana Fadilah. I am Diploma Information Systems students at Telkom University. Today, I'm gonna talk about our project. It is web-based application for identifying students' problem in 21st Bandung Junior High School. There is five topics for today's. The first is introduction. The second is problems. The third is research method. The fourth is demo, and the fifth is conclusion. Okay, the first is introduction. Junior high school is the first step for children to be teenagers. In that time is their first time meet and connected to a lot more people from wide and different places they had never known before. In junior high school, the character building process, talent discovery, and adjustment for the wider environment process happen. While the process happen, there is challenges that had never been faced by the students. These challenges would be their personal problem, social problem, learning process, and their future. When the problems happen, they need the right person to talk about their problems. This is when they need counselor teacher. Counselor teacher actively try to help students develop optimally in school from their behavior, learning process, and giving the solution for their problem. To find out the student needs and problems, counselor teacher giving tests named Students Need Questionnaire Test or AQPD. AQPD is a questionnaire consisting of a number of questions about list of assuming problem that usually happen to students at a certain level of development. The question type of AQPD is yes or no choices. Students must be participate the test by answering the question, and then the result from their answer will be processed and analyzed to the final document named Students Problem Analysis Report, which contains analysis result and percentage to see the level of the problems experienced by students. Okay, the next is the problems of implementation AQPD in 21st Bandung Junior High School. Before we got into the problems of implementation AQPD, we have to know the user for this application. This application would be used for counselor teacher as an admin and students for answering the question. Every year for junior year students, 21st Bandung Junior High School giving tests to knowing their characteristic and problems that student have been experiencing. This test using AQPD. The result of AQPD will be determined what program should be implemented by counselor teacher for helping students facing the next problem. Okay, the next is function of AKPD in 21st Bandung Junior High School. The first is help students find out their problems that they have or are experiencing. The second is help determine the type or category of the problems that they're experiencing. The next is formulating counseling needs for students by counselor teacher. The next is there are 4 topics or category that contain in AKPD. The first is personal services, focuses on personal problem that students face, like their life, their self, their parents, their family, or others. And the next is social problems, focuses on how students interact with social environment, especially in the school. The next is the third is learning process, focuses on how students learning or studying in the school. And the fourth is career services, focuses on students' career plan, dream, or future. Okay, the next is problems. Problem in implementation of AKPD in 21st Bandung Junior High School. The first is still using paper sheets. This implementation of AKPD, students still must answering the question of AKPD by using paper sheets, which have a high risk of that data damage or loss. The second is inefficient documentation of student answer. Counselor teacher must enter every answer from students entered into Microsoft Excel manually. It will be takes a long time to done because there is a lot of question and a lot of students that participate the test. And the last is inefficient AKPD analysis documentation. The AKPD result analysis also need a long time to done because it depends on the result of the student answer from the Microsoft Excel. From those problems, we create web-based application for students' problem identification, for helping counselor teacher from managing data and creating final analysis report. In addition, students can use application to answering the question without using any paper. We believe this application can help and improve the implementation of AKPD in 21st Bandung Junior High School. Okay, the next is research method. This application built with software development lifecycle model waterfall. Why we choose waterfall model? Because 21st Bandung Junior High School exactly knows what their needs about this application. So we can build this application pace by pace, and the development that used in this application is doing by linear sequential. Okay, there is 5 phases in waterfall model, but we just doing 4 phases in this application. The first is requirement definition. We gathering information for the application requirements by interviewing counselor teacher, and then we documented into requirement specification document. The second is system and software design. We specifying hardware and system requirement and defining the overall system architecture. After that, the number 3 is implementation and system testing. We create the program code built with PHP, CodeIgniter, and MySQL database. And the last is number 4, integration and system testing. We test the functionality and interface of the application using 2 methods. There are black box and user acceptance tests, or UAT. Okay, now we look at the new topic. It is demo for our application interface. Okay, this is our use case diagram. The next is interface of login and edit password. The next is add students data, show students data, edit students data, add a question, show all question, edit a question, and we can add AKPD. This is AKPD categorized, and show AKPD by categorize, and edit AKPD, choose AKPD question. The next is show AKPD question and class report. The next is student analysis and question analysis. Okay, and the next is students problem graphic chart and answering AKPD for students. And the last is AKPD result. Okay, now we move into the new or the last topics. It is conclusion. The first is no paper. Application can help students fill out the question of AKPD without using paper questionnaires. The second is more efficient in processing of AKPD data. The application can help counselor teacher in managing all of AKPD data, including processing the students' data, question, and AKPD. And the last is faster analysis documentation. Application can help counselor teacher in preparing and creating analysis report document without takes a long time. Thank you for all the attention. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.